Hey, you guys. So if you're wondering what you can do today to help you prepare for home ownership in the near future, you can increase your credit score. So most mortgage lenders want you to have a 600 credit score. Your lowest score should be above 600, right? So here's a tip for you. You can use credit cards to increase your credit score. Now, if you have existing credit lines or credit cards, I highly recommend that you pay those balances down to 10%. So every month, the creditor will report your utilization percentage to the credit bureau, and that determines how your credit score is impacted. So if the utilization is high, of course, it could potentially lower your credit score or may not move at all. If the utilization is low, let's say it's below 10%, then that will impact your credit score in a really positive way. And so what I recommend is that if you have if you have credit balances or credit lines that are open and that you use, pay them down to 10% utilization. So for example, if your credit limit is $500, you want to pay that utilization percentage down to 10%. I don't know if I said that right. If your credit line is $500, you want to pay it down to $50, which is about 10% utilization for a $500 credit line, right? And again, it will impact your score in a positive way. And the good thing about using a credit card is that it reports right away. So you can see the impact of using a credit card on your credit report within 30 days. Now, for someone who does not have a credit history or low credit history, maybe you've never had a credit card, maybe you've never financed a car before, and maybe you just have some outstanding student loans or some medical bills, right? So you want to go in and establish healthy lines of credit. And a way that you can do that is with a credit card. And so you might not qualify for a credit card right away, but what you do qualify for is a secured card. So a secured credit card, is just like any other credit card. You can use it the same way. The only difference is that the creditor recognizes that there is a risk in lending to you, being that you don't have an established credit history. So they require you to pay a deposit on that credit line. And if you pay let's say you pay your deposit, you get your credit card, you use it every month and you pay it off, and you make sure that your balance is, below that 10% utilization of the card's total, right? You can see your credit score increase right away, which is one great thing. So the creditors, they will increase your credit line over time. So let's say you start with the $300 limit with the secured card with maybe Bank of America or Capital One. With maybe 5 or 6 good payments, they will increase your balance, your credit line balance, to about $500, and they go up from there. You can always request an increase in your limit. And that also impacts your credit score in a positive way. So if you have credit already, let's say you have some cards and you keep them down below that 10%, another way for you to increase your credit score is to increase your credit line amount, right? Your credit limit. So maybe request an increase from $500 to $1,000 and see how that impacts your score. One other thing you can do is that if you have a loved one that's supporting you with your home buying journey and they have a good credit history, maybe ask them to add you as an authorized user to one of their credit lines, maybe one that they use often, right? So maybe like a Home Depot card or, a Amazon card, which is a popular credit line right now, on Walmart, something that people use every month. Ask them if they can add you to that credit line as an authorized user. And so what that does is once you become an authorized user, you reap the benefits of those good or bad payments, right? So as long as that family member is paying that credit line down every month or keeping it below 10%, it will also impact your credit score and increase it. So that's another good way and quick way to increase your credit score. So of course, you can become an authorized user. You can get a secured card. If you have credit already, you can pay your balances down to 10%, and you can also request a limit increase with that creditor. So now that you know some ways to increase your credit score, go ahead and move forward. Let us know in the comments what you decide to do to increase your credit score, or what activities you're doing right now to increase your credit score. But home ownership is for you. If you have any more questions about what you can do to prepare for home ownership in the near future, reach out to a real estate professional.